Hey friends, Ash here with Gents. Hope you're doing really well. Today I'm going to be talking to you guys about 10 fragrances that should have been bestsellers, should have made a lot of money, should have been on that first page on Macy's or Sephora or Ulta or wherever you buy fragrances from when you sort by bestsellers, and yet they're not. So let's jump into it. Let's talk about these scents that I feel should have done better or should do better than they are. Now, before I jump into this, I want to say that I am not including discontinued fragrances that are difficult to find nowadays. So if you can still easily find them, whether at full retail or on discounters or whatever, I'm including those. But things that are really hard to find, or especially things that have been discontinued for quite a while, not included. And I'm not saying that all these fragrances are complete and abject failures or anything like that. I'm just saying I think they should probably do a little better than they are. Let's kick things off with a personal favorite of mine, which seems to have always underperformed. It is Versace Oud Noir. Oud, saffron, cardamom, and black pepper, some of the notes in the fragrance. I think it smells amazing. I think it's great for fall and winter. It's office safe. Gives you a little touch of that dark woodiness without taking you into funky animal butthole territory. Yeah. Oud can sometimes smell poopy. But not here. It smells nice. And yet, never really caught on. Yeah. So that's a bummer. I actually smelled this first from carded samples that I bought. I got 10 of them. And then I ran through them and bought the bottle full retail back when it came out. Always have been enamored by that fragrance. I think it's just amazing as far as a very wearable designer fragrance made for mass appeal that still gives you a little tiny bit of an edge. And it also is vaguely reminiscent of Oud Wood from Tom Ford, which is one of the best-selling private blend fragrances ever. So you would think that more people might be into this because it's got the Versace name, it's got a nice classy looking bottle, it's got a similarity to a more expensive Tom Ford, and nobody cared. So Versace Oud Noir, should have done better. Next up, Ferragamo Womo. Tiramisu, tonka, cardamom, and ambroxan, some of the notes in this fragrance. Now you would think if you're just a hardcore fragrance guy that this sells a little better than it actually does. But at a lot of websites, if you go and sort by bestsellers, this is just buried underneath so many other fragrances. Just absolutely tanked, because it is getting crushed. And I think it became really obvious that that wasn't performing up to expectations when they came out with the new Ferragamo line of fragrances that just say Ferragamo on them, which look like this right here. So they came out with that, and no new Womo fragrances have come out in a little while now. And prices are starting to go up on Ferragamo Womo at discounters. You know, I'm not going to say out and out, but it looks like maybe Ferragamo Womo's days are numbered and that Ferragamo is going to go a different direction. Hopefully I'm wrong and they come out with some new Womo fragrances, some new flankers, but I'm not really hopeful right now. Now, I'm not going to out and out say, oh, Womo's discontinued or it's being discontinued, but I will say it doesn't look great for Ferragamo Womo. Hopefully they come out with some new fragrances soon, some new flankers, but I don't know. Next up, Loma de Papa from Yves Saint Laurent. People love to hate on this fragrance in the community, love to crap on it. I crapped on it when it first came out and I smelled it, said, ooh, how unoriginal. Because it's unoriginal, that's why I said that. Yeah, it smells like Eau de Parfum, also from Yves Saint Laurent, mixed with Loma, the original. Now that's a really simplified way of saying how this smells, but if you have just a couple seconds to get across how it smells, that's a good way to say. Amberwood, cardamom, geranium, and cedar are some of the notes in this fragrance. Guess what? Huge compliment puller, and for that matter, so is Ferragamo Womo. People love the way the fragrance smells, and yet it seems like people don't buy it all that much. Now, and a lot of people out there would say, yeah, good, I'm glad they're not buying Loma de Papa because it's so unoriginal. And actually, I'm not going to disagree with that, because like I said before, I did dunk on it for being, uninspired, we'll say. But the vast majority of people are buying fragrances to smell good to other people and to pull positive compliments and to boost their confidence. And Loma de Parfum does that really well. Why Eau de Parfum is a bestseller, just crushing. And then Loma de Parfum, which is in some slight sense a twist on Why Eau de Parfum. So that's one that you would think would sell better than it does, especially because it comes from the YSL L'Homme line, which is a line that's made some absolute killer fragrances as far as sales go. Now let's reach a little bit more and go with this one, Barbados Artisan Blue. Bergamot, basil, pine, and cedar, some of the notes in this fragrance. And this, kind of like Versace Oud Noir, gives you the vibe of a private blend fragrance from Tom Ford. This time, Mandarino di Amalfi. It's not as blue of a fragrance as you would expect looking at the bottle and the name. You would think super aquatic, but it's not. It's actually more fresh and green and vibrant. It's a really well done fragrance, like most Barbados scents. Performance is not great though, and despite the eye-catching bottle, that one never really blew up. Artisan Pure did much better, but Artisan Blue, I guess that's everything in this list. Up next, Ralph Lauren Polo Gold Blend. This one smells a little bit similar to Polo Blue Eau de Parfum, but in my opinion, it's actually a little bit better. It's got ginger, citrus, melon, and some incense in there. So it's gonna give you that freshness that you would expect from a Polo Blue fragrance, but here it has a very slight touch of a mysterious side, a little bit, slightly richer and more mature. Now I'm gonna let you guys in on a secret. Polo has a habit of releasing fragrances that suck. No, it's surprising. Wait, what? Polo suck? Ridiculous. Now they have some fragrances that are great. They have some really nice ones. Polo Red Intense, Polo Red Extreme, like those a lot. Some of the Polo Blue flankers are good, like this one, and Polo Blue Eau de Parfum is nice as well. But they have some real bad fragrances, okay? Polo Blue Eau de Toilette, the original, that stuff sucks. Now I know lots of people wear it, okay? I know lots of people buy it, but it's not good. It's bad. The original Polo Red, much worse than Intense or Extreme. Red Rush, ugh. So you would think when they come out with a fragrance that has more cojones, that has more going on, like Gold Blend, that'd be a hit. People would go, oh man, how am I wearing this Polo Blue EDT for? This stuff is trash. Gold Blend, thank you, I'll take it. Instead, people were like, what's that? Polo Blue and it's got gold? Nah, no thank you. Here, smell it. No thank you. So they put out something that is better than just about everything in the entire line has ever been, and then people don't buy it. Now this next one, this one's kind of funny. This fragrance, as of this video on Macy's, is like at the absolute bottom of their best sellers. It's like on the last page, okay? I think there's 11 pages, like roughly 600 some fragrances on Macy's right now. And this one's on the last page. It is Reflesso from Trisarti. Now the bottle is not really doing it any favors because it is not really all that eye-catching. A lot of people think that it's hideously ugly. I mean, it could be a lot better looking, we'll say that much. Green, apple, tonka, leather, and lavender, some of the notes in the fragrance. Guess what it smells like? La Nuit de L'Homme from Yves Saint Laurent. Not the exact same, but close enough that when you smell it, you'll go, yeah, I get it. People really enjoy it. It's a compliment puller. It has great versatility. You can use it during the day or night. You can wear it in high heat situations, low heat situations. It's really nice. Of course, it does have issues like the bottle, the name, Trisarti. A lot of people have no clue what that is in America. They've heard of YSL, they've heard of Versace, Armani, Dior, names like that. Then you go Trisarti and they just kind of, what? True, no, I don't know that. This one is so unknown that if fragrances were Marvel heroes and La Nuit de L'Homme was Iron Man, this would be Iron Lad. People know who Iron Man is. They don't know who Iron Lad is. I'm gonna fly through these last ones. This video's taking too long. Next up, Boss Bottled Tonic. Now this one is basically just me liking the fragrance, and I'm saying it should sell more just because I like it. So this is all me here. Apple, citrus, ginger, cinnamon, and wood, some of the notes in the fragrance, and it takes that Boss Bottle DNA, that apple pie goodness, makes it fresher, and takes away a lot of that depth, that density, and livens it up, makes it better for spring and summer. Wonderful daytime fragrance, spring, summer, casual, office, can do pretty much anything. It's got a lot of versatility. Boss Bottled is one of those lines that has constant flankers coming out, just always. They come out and they fall by the wayside. They come out, fall by the wayside. Bottled Tonic, though, for me, has just been a great reach, a great fragrance to go to in warm weather. It's one of those ones that I didn't expect to like as much as I do. And I thought, you know, with the name that it has behind it, maybe do a little better than it does. Next up, Bentley for Men Absolute. Now this, like Reflesso, it is down there toward the bottom, the absolute bottom tier of best-selling fragrances, which would make it top tier in worst-selling fragrances. Olibanum, cedar, oud, and pink pepper, some of the notes in the fragrance. The quality here is through the roof. It smells fantastic, smells similar to Gucci Pour Homme 1, which has been discontinued for quite a while and is really expensive nowadays. So if you don't have an attachment to the original Gucci Pour Homme, like a nostalgic attachment, don't bother seeking it out, because with how much money you have to pay for it, you'll probably end up unhappy. But if you want something close to that at a fraction of the cost, check out Bentley for Men Absolute. Apparently, people at stores don't care about it at all. Next up, Black XS from Paco Rabanne. Has lemon, praline, cinnamon, and rosewood as some of the notes in the fragrance, and this one was a big hit for approximately a couple years-ish. People really liked it as a club fragrance, big attention grabber. It's very sweet, it's loud, it's got good performance, and it got overshadowed pretty quickly by 1 Million from Paco Rabanne also. And a bunch of other fragrances that came after it that people seem to gravitate more toward for the situations that Black XS really excelled in. Now, it's had a lot of flankers over the years, most of which were pretty quickly discontinued. And Black XS now comes in a bottle that looks like the Pure XS bottle. So they've given it a facelift, but that hasn't really helped a whole heck of a lot, because a lot of stores, a lot of websites that you would think would carry Black XS actually don't even carry it anymore. Yeah, so that's never good when you go to the biggest retailers of men's fragrance and they don't have the fragrance, and it's from a house like Paco Rabanne. It's not like it's some super unknown house or anything. But you would think because of the compliments that thing pulls and the attention that it pulls that it would have had more of a success story, but no. All right, last up, Gentleman Only from Givenchy. This one's got pink pepper, green mandarin, vetiver, and incense as some of the notes in the fragrance. Doesn't go very sweet. It's fantastically sophisticated, but at the same time, not buttoned up and stuffy smelling. So basically, younger guys can pull this off, older guys can pull this off, middle-aged guys can pull this off, anyone can. It doesn't lean too far in any direction as far as age range, so basically anyone can wear it. It's office safe, it's great casually as well. Really easy to wear that one dressed up in more formal situations also. And at one time, it was a pretty successful line for the house. Had a bunch of flankers, but they didn't really take off, obviously, as well as the house would have liked, because they got the axe. And now Gentleman Only, that's pretty much it. That's what's left. Rest in peace, all the Gentleman Only flankers. And Givenchy obviously went a different direction. Instead of Gentleman Only, now it is Gentleman. And that is the line that they built everything around. And when I smell this, especially compared to some of the newer releases that have come out, I think, wow, this is maybe a bit better than it ever got credit for. Maybe not something that's gonna make your brain melt out your ears because it's so mind-bendingly original, but is it competently put together and a heck of a good fragrance? Yeah. There we go, 10 fragrances that should have been bestsellers, and they're really not. A lot of them are on death's door. Yeah, that's rough, but that's how it is. All right, guys, that's going to do it for me. Thanks for hanging out with me today. Thanks for your support. Let me know in the comments some fragrances that you personally think should have sold or done much better than they have or did.